Good day everybody, and welcome to the ComMetrics Online Intel Show number 4, where we discuss social media marketing and ROI issues. I'm your host Urzi Gadeker, and this short video relates to the blog post 10641, which you have the link right on top here. Without much further ado, let me just dive into the topic. It addresses today how I got a report, the customer service, and of course also what I found in the report. So here I get an email from one of my favorite LinkedIn groups, which says the state of social media around the world 2010, and somewhere in here it promises me that after reading this report I would probably better understand the differences between the social behaviors across these social media networks, social media platforms. That sounded too good for me to pass up. So what did I do? I went over and said request now for the booklet, which it then, the drill, asked me to fill out the very lengthy form to actually get the report. And then I got an email which says click on this and download it. So far, so good. Then I got the report, and of course I opened it right away because I wanted to have a look what Brian Solis had to tell me about this report. And first I went through some introductions. The intro actually told me two important things. They were some of the data which was presented here must have been based on some research which interviewed 32,000 users in 16 countries. I'm not sure how they got selected or how the interview was conducted. I would imagine it was conducted via phone. And then I wanted to click on these hyperlink things, and these hyperlink things did not work. So then I came across the first lesson. Lesson number 1 to me was that even with organizations that do live from online e-commerce and allow you to download the papers, sell these papers and so forth, like the one here, the Trade Pub company, doesn't mean that they have a procedure in place which really gives you the help you need. In any event, after several emails back and forth, Jennifer just told me that, look, I mean, you're out of luck, you have to go to the system administrator and get help. Now, if this were the case, then I would wonder, why do they use the latest version of Adobe? Because if the report gets read around the globe, many people do not have the latest version of Adobe. Just remember, there are still millions of people who use Microsoft Internet Explorer 6, a program which actually came out in 1990, and that's like 2 generations ago if we talk about the internet age. So what do these data tell us? I'm just looking here at Canada, and I try to interpret what these data were conveying to us. If we say social network profiles, it's 46.2%. Is that 46.2% of all internet users of the Canadian population, and or is it of the 10.2 million users that use social network profiles? This is quite confusing. The same is about photos. I mean, are they telling me that only 40% of internet users have access to photo sharing sites? That for me is hard to believe. But let's go to another country like Germany and see what happens down there. So if we look at Germany, we have only 32%. And if we compare that, there's nearly 10% or more difference between social network profiles access, whatever access means, in Germany versus Canada. Now, does that mean that Germans are less likely to use social networks or social network profiles on such things as LinkedIn and Xing, which is very popular in Germany, or is it something else? It's not explained, which brings me to the difficulty of this report. Even after we go all the way down to the end of this report, we have about a page which provides us with information about what was in this report, but it doesn't really explain the why. And the why, for me at least, seems to be the most important thing we should address. Does it mean if a higher percentage of users in the US upload pictures than those in Brazil, that what? The Americans have more broadband than the Brazilians, or they like sharing pictures more? And even if they do, why? Why do they like sharing pictures more than everybody else? I have no answer. So the report seems to be raising more question than it actually answers things. Now this already results or brings us to the end of this short video. I thank you for having been with us, and if you have the time, please go and check out my.commetrics.com. Get yourself a login, start benchmarking your blog, look at the trends and see how you compare to the best in industry. I hope to see you again soon, and I wish you a wonderful work week. Thanks very much and good